arousal creams is because as women, we are physiologically extremely different from men. We need a lot more foreplay. We need romance. We need kissing. We need to see him, doing household chores. Men just need to see us bend over to take the pizza out of the oven, right? And they're ready. So what arousal creams do, they are formulated with menthol. Menthol gives you that cooling, tingling effect, kind of like little ticklies in the giblets. That sends a message to your body to increase the blood flow to the pelvic area. And that is actually physiologically what happens in your body during arousal. So that's what really gets the juices flowing and the motor running. Like I said, the menthol, these of course, these are for south of the border. This is called Tasty Twist. Tasty Twist is our edible arousal cream. I'm going to pass this because this is our buttercream icing and it tastes so good. You can use this on him, he can use this on you. And it's great because, when it sensitizes you like that, men don't like to ask for directions, even when they're just going for a short trip downtown. So this can help, help make everything that he's doing wrong feel right again. It's also great for the nights that you come home from work. He's laying in bed thinking he's going to get some, but you're tired. Dab a little bit on. By the time you're done brushing your teeth, he will have fallen asleep and you'll be looking at the doorknob in a whole new light. Yeah, it is. It's amazing stuff. Now also the menthol in it is great because it's air activated. So if you have a really good ceiling fan in your room, you might not even need to go. Dab a little bit on, turn that ceiling fan on high. By the time he comes home, you'll be screaming your own name. Maybe even mine. He'll be like, score, menage a trois. Look around like he's going to have a threesome. Now this is called What Makes Mona Lisa Smile, or O, or Moni Moni, or Oh My God, I Love That Stuff, or whatever. Doesn't matter what you call it because it's going to do the same thing. This not only has the benefits of menthol, but it also has two key ingredients. It has L-arginine and niacin. These are vasodilators. Now, you know what happens when men get an erection? What happens is all the blood flows to the penis. So for women, this is kind of like, Viagra for women. It's going to make everything very, very, very sensitive down there. So again, even if he ain't doing it right, it's going to feel right. This is great too. If you have, a long commute to work, put a little bit of this on, hop in the car, turn the radio up, and turn that bass on high. Yeah, you'll be a happy driver. People are cutting off. There's no more road rage. You're smiling going, have a nice day. So that's Mona Lisa. Now this, of course, this is for us women after we've had a couple kids. Things aren't quite as tight as they used to be. So this is called Be Snug. Did that embarrass you?
A lot.
This is called Be Snug. This is Nature's Shrink Cream because it's got alum in it, and alum is a shrinker. So this is going to pucker you like a pickle. Hopefully make the 4 inches he's been giving you feel like the 8 inches he's been promising you. It works for up to 24 hours, so you can put it in that morning. If you've got a hot date that night, when it's time for bow chicka bow bow, you're still going to feel like a virgin. Now what you want to do, you want to put just a little bit on the side of your finger like you're putting on a little bit of toothpaste, but you want to apply it all the way up inside the vagina and give it a whirl. The reason being there are 3 bands of muscle in the vagina. The bottom 2 remain stationary during sex. The top one is the one that actually widens and lengthens during arousal. And that's where sometimes those really embarrassing noises that happen during sex, and you're looking around for the dog to blame it on because you're like, where's that from? That's where that comes from. So that's going to help eliminate those noises as well. So that's called Be Snug. Now the one thing I do want to tell you though is part of the way that it works is by drawing some of the moisture out of the tissues. So you always want to have a good lubricant on hand when you are using this. Also, of course, this is the only product that we have that's not recommended during pregnancy. But like I said, just a little bit will do you. If you use the entire bottle, do not call me, call your physician. You might be closed for business for quite a while. Now this is the fun stuff. This is the stuff that we have that heats up when you rub it, blow it, or lick it. It's the 3 things that he wants you to do anyway, right? Because if you've ever done this, you know, things are starting to get a little hot and heavy, and you're kissing and whatever, and all of a sudden, he does one of those. Yeah!
Yeah.
What is that? Yeah, we don't go like this to them, right? Why should they do that to us? But they do. But it is really, really fun. Because this stuff tastes so good, all of a sudden it's not a chore anymore. It's dessert. So this is called Kiss-A-Fire. This particular flavor is called Honey Butter Kiss. It tastes like hot buttered rum. It's phenomenal. Now before I pass this, I want to show you. Try to squeeze it. Sometimes it's a little hard. But if you take your thumb and just kind of push it in. And I want you to put a little bit on the back of your liquor. Rub it. And with that friction, you're going to see how that's going to start to heat up. And then put some hot bedroom breath on it. And then see how nice and warm it starts to get then. And then taste it, because the warmer it gets, the better it tastes. Now, that is sugar-free. The reason being, not because we like to watch our girly figures, that's just a perk.
It smells like
The reason being is sugar in the vagina causes infections.
I tasted it.
Never, ever, ever use anything with sugar in the vagina. So if you go and you're playing with that stuff in the kitchen, the whipped cream needs to stay up here, not down there. So because it is sugar-free, you can use that as a lubricant during sex. It's going to heat up with the friction. Now you want to go just a little bit sparingly so you don't start a bush fire. But you can use it, like I said, for oral. You can use it during sex. So, and it's fun. It just tastes good. Have you tasted it yet?
I don't like
did.
it.
She didn't like it.
Really?
I do. I liked
Really?
it.
Well, yeah. Most women do, but some don't. If you don't like butterscotch, it
Maybe
also
that's
comes.
That's what it tastes like,
Yeah.
this butterscotch thing.
Yeah, if you
I
don't
don't
like
like
butterscotch.
butterscotch.
Well, it comes in angel food cake.
I like angel food cake.
Yeah, it comes in angel food cake, orange, and help me out, Jen. What's the last one? Angel food cake, orange,
Pancakes are.
Yeah.
strawberry.
No.
Strawberry, yeah, strawberry. So 3 different flavors in that, but that is really the most popular.
What's it called again?
That is called Kiss-A-Fire, and that was the honey butter rum. All right, this is called Forever Yours. This is a product for the men, and this is kind of the opposite of an arousal cream, because this is for the men with a hair trigger, the little one-pump chumps. Quick draw McGraws that are always finishing just as we're getting started. This is formulated with a little bit of benzocaine. It's going to numb him up just slightly to make a good thing last a little bit longer. Now, you don't want to use too much of this, because for one thing, he's going to become so numb, he's going to lose that erection, and that's no fun for anyone. And then a week later, he's still peeing on the other side of the toilet because he still can't get it. Probably, you know, unless you're really mad at him. That would really be a creative way to kind of keep it, you know. People are like, I can't feel my penis.
There you go.
We women are crafty. We are a crafty bunch, I'll tell you that.
Oh yeah, seriously.
Yeah, there you go. So anyway, you only want to use maybe a dime to quarter size amount. And that just depends on the surface area that you need to cover, so I will leave that up to you. You want to divide it into thirds, apply about a third to the shaft, a third to the crown, and rub the rest on the undercarriage. But the most important thing that you want to remember is you want to wait 3 to 5 minutes before engaging in penetrative sex to allow this to totally absorb. You don't want transference. Men don't like it when you say, is it in yet? Kind of. Yeah, I don't know why. It just kills the mood. So you want him to be a little numb and dumb. You don't want to be. Now, the other thing that you can use this for is, you know how we do those oral favors for the guys? And you get that gag reflex? Not very attractive, not very fun. But what happens is, he doesn't get turned off at all. It just kind of starts the clock over again. So you can use this in the back of your tongue and swallow, and it's going to help numb that gag reflex to help you get from beginning to end with no do-overs. Again, you may want to wait a couple minutes. Don't use them together, you know, on him and on you, because you'll be down there forever. I see. You have lockjaw, so that's the Forever Yours.